So recently you must have heard in the news that Fed has increased the interest rate compared to what was before. So we saw crazy interest rate drop in this COVID time, which never happened before. So not even happened in last 15 to 20 years, people say. And what kind of rise we saw, that's something never happened in last 15 years in the housing market. And this real estate market has been crazy. If you see the commercial market, that has been dropping down, but the residential market, that's not even taking a breath because it's so going step high. So in this video, we are going to go more in detail. Is this housing market shift is going to happen or it's not going to happen? Before we go more detail about the current situation or what are the things happening in the behind the scene in the market, let me just summarize what is actually happened in this last 1 year. So if you see it, like we had a big pause in the March when this actually lockdown started. So March, April, May was one of the slowest time you will find in the real estate market. Everybody was so confused. Everybody was like, had a news like, it's going to decline. The 2008 crashes coming here, foreclosures will be coming here, many people lost their job. So of course there was so much panic situation happen, and that made us think about those predictions which we kind of carry forward because with something happened in the past, right? In 2008 we had not almost similar situation. That's what like we have to more deeper to compare 2008 and this 2020. However, it's quite a bit similar in a way that many people lost a job. So the economy, we see that it is affected all over the world, not just the United States. But in opposite to that, the market went literally up. So the reason behind those, that's what we need to understand. So to analyze if that shift is really happening or not happening. So the main reason of this crazy market is having this low inventory. That's not because people are losing jobs, or that's not because so many property came in a market because of the foreclosures. So if you check out in 2008, the main issue happened. So many people, thousands of people lost their house right away. And of course, because of this economic crash. However, that time they didn't have any support system from the government. At the same time, the bank had tons of inventory. Even the new construction builders, they had a tons of inventory, and that was one of the reason the market went down. Right now in this scenario, of course, many people lost their job. But one thing, we are getting the government's help. Let's assume those help will be taken away, like a forbearance or the eviction prohibition. Eviction prohibition has already been taken away actually, but the forbearance, it's extended until June 2021. We don't know if they will extend, and let's assume hypothetically they will not extend. What's going to happen then? After that also, even though the foreclosure process starts, it's not going to be that quick because it's a certain process they have to go through, the homeowners. And remember, right now, so many investors are holding their horses because the market has been so crazy. They are not finding those deals and they are just waiting for those deals to come in the market. So I'm not talking about the small investors here and there. I'm talking about the big institutions who has the cash in their hand. So those properties, before they even hit the market, they will be vanished. And let's assume it's still the foreclosure happens. We don't know if that foreclosure is going to fill this gap. So at this moment, the inventory has been lagging in different states, the different months, but in average around 4 to 5 months, the difference what we have in the inventory. And still, the millennials are buying the property even though it's at the higher number. However, the advantage to them is the interest rate. Even though the interest rate went up, but it's not that high than even before COVID times. So your monthly mortgage is still remain almost same, even though you paid like $20,000-$30,000 higher amount in the house. So if you check out the numbers, about 4.8 million millennials are in a market to buy house in next 3 years. So long story short, the millennials are still in a market, and there is a prediction from the experts they will be in a market and it will be more going higher, especially in the summertime before the school starts. In the other side, the inventory story, it still remains the same. Still right now, the sellers are afraid to put the house. Couple of reasons. Even though, let's say, the vaccines have come up, people are not afraid because of the COVID, but now the buying power for them is went so up, so they are not able to make up the mind. And that's one of the other reasons they are not able to put the property in a market. As a realtor, to convince somebody that this is the best market to sell, it's taking hell out of us because it's difficult to change the mindset. You know, the buying power is so high. At the same time, the inventory is low, so they cannot get the property what they like. They literally have to kind of wait for that property to come in. And as soon as the property comes in, it's something they like, it's a multiple offer situation, and it's crazy, right? I mean, so they're not even going forward to looking that house, just you know, they want to go to that bidding wars. So that's one of the reasons I feel many of the buyers are backing out. And if that thing increases, you know, it's keep going that way, then definitely, I mean, somewhat reduction of the demand, I see that. However, having the more inventory is still going to be the issue because still, even the new construction builders, they don't also have the inventory. So there are a lot of things happening behind the scene for the new construction builders, and that's when also playing the role where there was so much low inventory that right now the builders are just taking advantage of that. They are putting like a lottery system that I have never heard happened in the new construction. Right? If you are confused and you want to discuss more your individual scenario, comment me below, or you can contact my, through cell phone or email, how to contact me. And I would love to chat with you. And we go case by case nowadays to advise the client, because it's not like a yes for everybody to buy a house right now, and it's not no for everybody to not to buy a house right now. So it has to be more strategic. What you're trying to do depends on your situation. I hope my videos are helpful to you, and if you like videos like this, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.